Hi there, Asa Collier with Crash Combat Championship, and I am joined with Arlo Collier. Uh, just full disclosure, Arlo Collier is my son. I'm his dad, so we know each other and stuff. So this interview is for the people, of course. Um, I know the answer to some of these questions. Some of us will be a surprise, of course. But anyway, thank you very much for joining me, Arlo.
Of course, no problem. Very excited.
Oh yes, as are we for sure. Well, let's start with your gym. Where do you train? Your training partners. Tell us a little bit about that.
So I train at Lawrence Fight Club in Lawrence, Kansas. Of course, best gym in the Midwest. We got the best coaches. Coach Wayman Carter, Zach Busha, uh, Coach Charlie, Jiu-Jitsu coach. He's awesome. My training
Charlie Hershey,
partners.
yes sir.
Yeah. My training partners. Uh, Bjorn Sonstang. He's fighting on Crash. Tosh Hernandez. Delaney Earl, Bao Long Tran, all crash participants. I also train with a few other people. I occasionally go down to Topeka and train with guys like Dylan Woosley, Jacob Thrall. I try to get all kinds of looks.
That's awesome, man. Tell us how you got into fighting. Give us a little bit of your history and how you got into fighting.
So, you know, I just really enjoyed watching UFC, with the man himself here. So we took our interest out there and into a gym, and to create some good habits and get ourselves in shape. And as a kid, I really didn't um take to it as well. You're a kid and you want to play video games and sit on your butt and stuff, but
Yeah,
over time, I really started to love it more and get into it, man. It was very, I just started to learn how great it was for me and how much I always liked it, but I started to love it over time for sure.
yeah, absolutely. You know, jujitsu, for example, in the fighting arts, is one of those things that it's a rare kid that wants to work that hard, man. It's not always pleasurable. Yeah, a lot of pain and suffering that kids don't
Yeah,
want to endure. Um,
definitely.
it's a different kind of thing. Uh, Definitely applaud people that get their kids into martial arts because there's going to be some push up back there. There's pushback from adults. Adults don't want to get into the gym.
100%.
All right. Well, let's move on here. Tell us a bit about yourself outside of fighting.
So, outside of fighting, I work as an electrician. I've been doing that for just over a year now. I kind of like to hang out, man. I don't really do much. I love hanging out with my family, my dogs. I play video games a little bit. I'm pretty busy with work and the gym, so I don't really have a whole lot of free time. But what I do is I watch sports. I play video games, hang out with my friends. I try to keep a decent social life, but when you're a busy guy, it's hard to get out a whole lot.
That's good. You should live like a monk. You're a fighter. You know, don't get too involved in other things outside of your job, which is fine.
Oh, jeez, it's rough, man. Sometimes I feel I don't know. It's a simple life, but it's a good one, and I do enjoy it quite a bit.
Well, that's awesome, Marlon. Let's see here. Um, so we'll move on to some of these more frivolous questions. We get to know you a little bit there. Favorite fighter? Who's your favorite fighter?
So, all time and current, or all time?
Well, yeah, all time and current. Give us one
Okay,
of each of those.
okay. So all time would be the great George St. Pierre. Um, just I think he's the picture of excellence when it comes to martial arts, man. Just everything about him, his class, the way he carries himself, his skill. He's just it's timeless, man. He could he's charismatic. He's really amazing, and I really aspire to be like a GSP in the fight game for sure. And he's just an awesome fighter, man. Such a wonderful watch. Um, and then current would be my man Piotr Jan. You know,
Yes.
no mercy. There's a lot of great fighters nowadays, of course. But he would top my list of favorites. He's just always been awesome. Such a freaking well-rounded guy, man, and yeah, it's just a killer. So I really those two are my favorite of all time GSP, but Jan would be up there as well.
Man, the way that he's come back around, especially with his takedown defense and beating Marab, a few years ago, people thought that Federer was unbeatable, and then Marab came along, and everyone was certain that he's unbeatable, and it's really impressive to see him overcome the takedown challenge. That was really something. Really nice choice there, sir. Let's see here. If you could cancel one sport, if you could cancel it entirely, wipe it out, what would it be and why?
Just any sport.
Just shit
Yeah.
on whatever sport you feel like.
Woo. This is a tough one. Man, golf,
Golf.
golf, golf.
Yeah.
I know there's not that many people I know that love golf personally. So, I
Oh,
try to cross out every sport, even the ones I don't like. Like I thought about basketball, but a lot of people I know love basketball, so I wouldn't want to take that away from them. They can live without golf. Fuck golf.
well, your grandparents they lived to golf. I hate to say
Man,
it.
they can watch the Chiefs, man. They'll live. They'll
Okay.
live. They'll live.
No golf, you get the Chiefs football.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. You
Okay.
guys,
Okay.
yeah, respectfully, they're getting old enough to where they don't need to play golf anymore.
All right. There's going to be some sad looks on golfers' faces. I can tell you that.
That's okay. They can cry.
That's kind of a good segue into our over under here. We'll wrap it up with the over under question here. Uh, Overrated or underrated laxative?
Ooh, depends on the scenario,
Uh
but I'm gonna say for
huh.
me, for me, underrated.
Underrated.
Underrated for me. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. It's good. I agree. It's good stuff, man. Absolutely. So laxative is underrated, folks. If you're afraid to try it, but you need to, go right ahead. Mr. Collier gives it his stamp of approval.
Yes, sir.
Um, the really relevant news here is Arlo will be fighting Amir Nizami for the AMI featherweight title. Um, that's the big news. Crash 7, come out and see Arlo. He'll be taking on Amir for the featherweight title. Arlo, thank you very much for joining me for this interview, and we'll see you soon, bud.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you, man.
Thank you.
Yes,
Bye, bud.
sir. Bye.
Bye.